Hey guys, Coach B, Becca Marino, coming to you from Fitness Inspiration Inc. in Memphis, Tennessee, with our latest Getting Your Mind Right Mental Rep video blog of the week. And just in case it's the first time tuning in, these mental rep video blogs, what they're all about, it's about taking the time to train and condition our internal self, that mental, emotional, and spiritual self, as much as we train and condition that physical self, i.e. taking a run, pumping out weights, going to boot camp, doing CrossFit, whatever it may be for us, all right? Because we know here at FII, if we don't train and condition our internal self as much as we can train and condition that external self, we're always going to have that gap between where we are and where we want to be, all right? We're always about closing that gap. So, check it out. This week's title is Health and Fitness, the truth about 5 of the hottest buzzwords, misused terms, and myths, plus 2 must-see facts, all right? So 7 total awesome pieces of information. Why did I think it would be beneficial or helpful to make a video about this? Glad you asked. So I think Jeffrey Harrison, who is a certified personal trainer and strength and conditioning coach, said it perfectly in the opening paragraph to one of his articles online. And this is what he said. Exercise, a simple yet often complicated concept, has grown over the years into something that went from a basic necessity of life, pure physical movement, to a fashionable, highly competitive, deceptively marketed, and impractical lifestyle. It is without question and undeniable that exercise in and of itself can help, improve, and in some cases cure just about anything. So how, when, and why did the concept of staying active and physically fit become so convoluted? We could come up with an endless list of reasons, but oftentimes you have to look no further than right in front of you. Misinformation is everywhere. On top of that are multitudes of fitness buzzwords that get used for nothing more than to sell fitness rather than promote and educate about fitness. Yeah, Jeffrey Harrison, awesome. All right, so that is the purpose of today's video, and hopefully through watching this, you'll learn something and be educated, all right? Check it out. Number 1, juicing. Juicing is the best way to get a shot of nutrients in your system. I'm gonna break these down into 2 things, okay? First thing is gonna be, what does science say about this so-called myth or this misused piece of information or this buzzword, all right? And the second part is gonna be we could say takeaway nugget, or I thought it was more fun, we're gonna call it the boom bam pow, all right? And that's gonna be the nugget to take away. So check it out. What does science say about this claim that juicing is the best way to get a shot of nutrients in your system? It says, if the juice has the pulp removed, a smoothie is much better, says Nancy Clark, a registered dietitian and author of Nancy Clark's Sports Nutrition Guidebook. When made with whole foods, smoothies include the fiber and the peel and the benefits that go and all the benefits that go along with that, says Clark. Plus, a smoothie tends to have more protein if it is made with Greek yogurt or has a scoop of added protein powder. But there's reasons to be suspicious of smoothies too. They can be hugely caloric, says sports nutritionist Monique Ryan. You're having sometimes 6 servings of fruit all at once, and you don't get the same sense of fullness that comes from real fruit. Awesome point. Be especially leery of smoothies at restaurants and coffee shops, because we have no idea what's in them. All right, and the boom bam pound nugget about juicing is smoothies and juices have their place, but whole foods should always be your first choice. Whoop, whoop. Number 2, toning. Science says, sorry ladies, mostly ladies, there's no such thing. You cannot tone muscles. They already have tone, or what we want to say, tonality. When someone is talking about toning or enhancing certain areas of their body, what we're really talking about is building muscle, all right? Bam, science says, no such thing as toning. What we're really talking about is building muscle. All right, and the boom bam pound nugget, not all muscle is capable of substantial growth. nor will they respond the same. But you can't change or sculpt the body without building it. Check it out. You cannot change or sculpt the body without building it. No such thing as toning. Building muscle. They're not all created equal, so they're going to respond differently. Yeah. Number 3. Fats make you fat. What's science got to say about that? Glad you asked. During the past 3 decades, the average American has gotten 20 pounds heavier. But that works out to just 10 additional calories per day. So it's tricky to know precisely what's going on, says Glenn Gasser, a professor of exercise physiology at Arizona State. For a long time, fats were demonized. Then carbs were blamed. The truth is that neither is the problem per se. The two have a relationship in your body. Did y'all hear that? Fats and carbs have a relationship, a healthy one in our body. Quote, carbohydrates do stimulate their own oxidation and they suppress fat oxidation, Gesser says, or explains. What does this mean? Which means that when you eat a chunk of bread and a lump of cheese with it, you burn the bread and the cheese goes into your fat cells, he says. As we've added bigger, carb-heavy meals into our diets, we haven't compensated by reducing our intake of fats. These fats have been absorbed as well, says Geyser. But if you exercise regularly, there's no need to cut out one or the other entirely. Boom, bam, pow. Check it out. Geyser's advice. Eat a lot of vegetables, fruits, and fiber-rich grains. If you're training for a long endurance event or a century ride, eat a lot of carbs. Quote, probably at least 50% of your diet. Fill the rest of the tank with heart-healthy fats from nuts and olive oil and lean protein sources such as white meats. And yes, some cheese. So check it out. Relationship between carbohydrates and fats. And if all that didn't make sense to you, read it again and read it again until it does, because it's super crucial. Can't tell you how many people out there get caught up on cutting carbs out or how fats are horrible for them, but they serve a purpose, guys. All right, there's a healthy relationship. Check it out. All right, number 4, skipping sleep can cause weight gain. Science says women in an American Journal of Epidemiology study who slept less than 7 hours were more likely to gain weight. Other research has shown that even partial sleep deprivation ups production of the hormone ghrelin, which triggers hunger. Boom, bam, pound nugget to take away. Make sleep a priority, people. Number 5, fat burning zone. Science says there's no such thing as the ideal intensity to burn fat. So regardless of all those posters you see up on the wall at your gym that say fat burning zone, or for those $1,000 cardio equipment machines with the little thing, the graph that says fat burning zone, bam, don't pay attention to it. That concept came from the real physiological phenomenon in which fat substrates are more readily used to fuel at a lower to moderate intensity at the cellular level. Hint, you're in a fat-burning zone right now while you're listening to this video. Still think you're burning off some pounds in this way? Boom, bam, pow, takeaway nugget. More total calories and subsequent fat are burned at higher intensities. All right, so fat burning zone, what am I saying? Is a joke. Science says it's not real, okay? It's talking about, from an exercise science standpoint, the physiological phenomenon in which fat substrates are more readily used for fuel at lower to moderate intensities at their cellular level, okay? So, more total calories and subsequent fat are burned at higher intensities. Number 6, last 2, exercise boosts brain power. Yeah. Science says exercise increases energy levels and increases serotonin in the brain, which leads to improved mental clarity. Who doesn't want that? Says Atkinson, director of the program development for Cooper Ventures, which is a division of the Cooper Aerobic Center in Dallas. All right. So boom, bam, pow. When it comes to exercise boosting brain power, Improved productivity not only makes us a better worker, it makes things better for everyone at work. And if we're not talking about work, we're talking about at home. If we're cleaning things up and taking care of business home, or we're talking about, I don't know, with friends, whatever it may be, whatever our work is, or whatever we may do in life where we have to be like productive, all right? Improved productivity not only makes us a better worker, it makes things better for everyone around us and in that place. Companies with less wasted work hours and less sick time end up with lower healthcare costs and improved bottom lines. Awesome. And the last one, number 7. Ever heard of the word core? I want to strengthen my core, or core this, core that. This is the core exercise. Check it out. Science says you're not even going to find the word core in anatomy textbooks. Imagine that. But it's one of the most searched terms when it comes to fitness. All right. The thought is that by working the abs hard, you will get a strong core. But the core is not just the abs, as most people think, because of all the crazy misinformation out there. All right, what's the truth? What's the boom, bam, pow takeaway nugget? Glad you asked again. Here we go. The core is a system of muscles surrounding the torso in the space between the base of the ribs and the top of the hips, including the abdominals, the obliques, the glutes, and low back muscles, to name a few. And check out the core's primary function: to stabilize the spine, which is key to any physical movement, not just forward flexion. One more time. The core is a system of muscles surrounding the torso in the space between the base of the ribs, the top of the hips, including the abs, the obliques, the glutes, low back muscles, to name just a couple. All right, and its primary purpose and function is to stabilize the spine. So those were the 5 truths regarding hottest buzzwords and myths and misinformation, and the 2 facts. And those facts were the one about sleep and weight gain, and how exercise boosts brain power. Whew. Awesome. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed maybe a piece of today's video or all of it. We'll be back next week. But between now and then, get out there, do your best, believe it, bring it, achieve it. And don't fall victim of all of the craziness that's out there between these buzzwords and the latest trends and all these marketing things that are all about trying to sell you fitness, as opposed to helping educate you and helping you do it the right way, which is going to be the longer way, and it's going to be the harder way. All right? Coach B, see you soon. Bye.